What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the stream this morning. A little bit earlier stream this morning. You know why? Because I just woke up early today and I was like, hey, let's just start the stream early so I can start my Saturday early. What's going on, everyone? I saw a bunch of chat going on this morning, guys. I want to preface the stream with saying, guys, let's get along, all right? We're going to have Bulls. We're going to have Bears, all right? At the end of the day, we all have the same goal, right? Even the Bears eventually want the price to go up. We all know that. So let's all be nice to each other, all right? Let's stay positive, all right? If a bear has their opinion, all right, let them have their opinion, right? The only time where it becomes a little toxic is when you got people in the chats coming in and saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to zero, or Bitcoin's about to liquidate all the shorts and go to 100K tomorrow, right? That's the only time where it gets a little toxic. Other than that, let people say what they want to say, ignore them, and move on. Let me do the picking on, all right? I will pick on all the Bears, all right? All right, let's jump on into the chart here, guys. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday morning. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm not that hungover today, so I'm pretty good. Anyways, what's going on? All right, let's jump on in here. So Bitcoin on the hourly chart trying to get a little bit of a nice little bounce here on the hourly. We did have kind of this falling channel type pattern that we actually did have a little bit of a fake out to the upside earlier this morning. We actually went all the way up to about 36,500 and then pulled right back down into it. So we'll see what happens on this on the hourly chart going forward, but not too much to touch on here. We actually did bounce off that level I was talking about yesterday. We came back down a little bit overnight, came back down and bounced right off that $34,800 level. And then we actually came back down and also bounced off that level here. Absolutely perfectly. That's the level we don't want to break, right? We don't want to break 34,800. Then we can be looking a little bearish here in the short term. I preface with short term, right? I'm never, obviously not bearish long term. But short term, it could become a little bearish if we make a lower low here on the hourly, okay? Now, switching on over to the 4-hour chart. This is the main chart of today. We have a bunch of different things going on here, right? You guys saw the title of the stream. Is Bitcoin forming a giant reversal pattern? Now, it's a trick question. This could be a giant bullish reversal pattern and could be a giant bearish reversal pattern. I'll start out with the bearish, right? Just to get all the bears excited, just to get them all off this morning. And then we'll go on into the bullish things to get, the bull's horns going, as you may say. So in the 4-hour time frame chart, I do want to preface with, we obviously had this symmetrical triangle that we used to talk about every single day. We finally broke out of it. We got so excited. We all were jumping up and down, screaming for joy, right? And then all of a sudden, we have now came kind of back. So we pumped up out of it, we dumped down below it, came back into it, and kind of oscillated into it there. And then we went back above it, and now you can see we're actually kind of using it as support and resistance again. So these trend lines keep having importance here. Happy birthday, Rye Andy. Hope you're having a fantastic day today, and thanks for joining the stream and hanging out on your birthday, dude. That means a lot to me that you would want to watch my stream on your birthday. Makes me feel good. So, anyways, we're back in this symmetrical triangle, at least temporarily here. Now, let's go over the possible bearish pattern, right? So, head and shoulders patterns. Head and shoulders patterns tend to be the topic of nature when it comes to the bears lately. And we do have a smaller one that could be forming here, right? We got a left shoulder, a clear head, right? And if Bitcoin can't break either this purple resistance line and comes back down, or even if we come up a little bit higher and get rejected off that $38,400 level again and curl back down to the downside, we could have a pretty decent sized head and shoulders pattern that could reverse down to the downside. Now, this is just the bearish scenario. So don't attack me, guys. Don't attack me. I have a bullish scenario too for all your bulls out there. And this one would bring us approximately down, depending on where you broke out, could bring us approximately down to about that $28,000 level. I've been talking about that $28,000 level. I do think it's still possible Bitcoin could go back down to 28,000. That's really the lowest I see it going. I don't see it going below 28K, but it's kind of funny how that breakout pattern does correlate to that. But we'll see if that plays out. We still have to form that right shoulder after all. Now, what is the bullish scenario here, right? The bullish scenario could be even crazier than the bearish scenario. Okay, could it be even crazier? We look here on the 4-hour time frame. We also, you could say this right here. This right here is a giant left shoulder. You can say this is a giant head, right? And if we form and we bounce off this current level, we can even come a little bit lower here if we really wanted to. But if we actually bounce off the same level that we did relatively on the left shoulder, and we round this out, you can see we also might have a giant, and I mean giant, inverse head and shoulders that could bounce us up to the upside too. So a lot of different things going on here. This one would give us a breakout target. If this one played out, we obviously have to break this bottom of this red box here at about 40,600 approximately. This one give us a target of about 40, right about 49,600. So obviously this one's the bullish scenario. We have to kind of form both of the patterns still. We have to form that right shoulder on, or I guess you would say, yeah, the right shoulder on both of these patterns. But keep that in mind. Kevin said, "Are you on the pipe? Are you on the hope pipe?" I'm kind of on I'm kind of on both sides right now. I could see the bearish scenario and the bullish scenario right now, Kevin. So I'm trying to pull the show both scenarios here and not be too bullish biased, because I am bullish biased, but I try my best not to be. So yeah, that's both of the big scenarios that we're kind of watching out. So this is why this is such a big important line, because if we hold this, I think we hold this either way temporarily, get a bounce, we definitely want to get back above this level about 38,359. We don't want to get rejected there. If we get rejected there, this smaller head and shoulders definitely looks like it's probably would be the one if we get rejected there. So watch that level going on today. I think we go up and retest that. Maybe not today, maybe over the weekend at some point. We come back up and retest 38,500. But that's really the level to watch there for BTC going forward. Dat Boy said, "I've been drinking." Yeah, I was drinking last night, man. I'm actually feeling pretty good today, though. I actually wasn't out that late. I'm not gonna make any jokes this morning, but I didn't have to stay out. I didn't have to stay out that late last night. And yes, got Speedway again. I'm digging the Speedway coffee, guys. It's actually really good. It's a lot more convenient. I can make it the way I want to. Let me chug some of it real quick so I can wake up a little bit, because the eyes, you guys can see the eyes, they're kind of droopy right now. It's because I'm kind of tired. I woke up pretty early today. All right, damn. All right, let's switch over to the daily chart here. We know we got the death cross. The death cross, like I said yesterday, guys. The death cross. Oh my gosh, the death cross. We're going to zero. Woo! No, guys, we've talked about this like verbatim a million different times. The death cross, it literally means nothing. So I'm not going to spend too much time. You're going to have all the other YouTubers. Every other YouTuber on YouTube is going to be talking about this death cross today. So you can get that content somewhere else. Just know from me, it is literally useless to look at. And you'll have people in the comments that say, "What do you mean it's useless to look at?" Just zoom out and look at the last death crosses. One of the last four was significant. The other three were actually led to bullish price action. So go do the research. But you'll have all the other YouTubers talking about that today, I'm sure. Weekly chart. We're still watching this big head and shoulders, like the macro head and shoulders that could still be forming here on the weekly chart. So if we look here, this is what everyone's going to be talking about too, is the macro head and shoulders. We know if this one breaks down, it's going to bring us downwards of like 15K. I don't expect this to happen. Obviously, everyone and their mother's talking about this as well. So we just really don't want to break like this purple trend line here. If we went straight down today, it's putting us about 31,000 approximately. We don't want to break 31,000. That could mean some definitely bearish things going on here. But you guys know in the macro time frame, my worst case scenario was 20K. Absolute worst case scenario is 20K. I don't see us breaking below our previous all-time high. We've never done it before after passing our all-time highs, at least in a typical bear market, if you would call it a bear market. I guess you can call it a mini bear market now. I think you could call it a mid-cycle bear market at this point, but we've never came back down below our previous all-time high. So 20K is the worst case scenario. Now, if we get some crazy black swan events that we can't predict right now, we can always go back down to the 200 week moving average, right? Everyone knows the 200 week moving average is the level to look out for as well. Let me bring that up real quick so you guys can know what I'm talking about here if you guys haven't been following the channel for too long. The 200-week moving average is this blue line here. It is the bottom of every single bear market that we've had. Obviously, that we have the data for. This doesn't show the full chart, but this is basically the support here for the bear market down here in 2015, support here in 2018, support here in 2020. And that's the worst case scenario. Right now, that's sitting at $13,240. That's like our black swan event. Like I said, like we have another crazy thing that happens in the world that we can't predict. Like I can't say the word on YouTube, but you guys understand what I'm saying here. That's the kind of level we're looking at there if that was to happen. But that is kind of the weekly chart. We're still waiting on our confirmation of the weekly. Weekly doesn't look good. It looks like we're trying to get that bearish engulfing candle here. We obviously have 1 day left to confirm this, but we are right at the same level where we actually opened up on our previous week. So I don't want to create a bearish engulfing candle. That could be pretty bearish there. We'll watch that going into tomorrow, though. The DXY, right? The DXY, I know a lot of people don't understand the value of the DXY and why the US dollar going up has a negative correlation to Bitcoin. Watch as the viewers start going down because people don't understand why this is important. But you can see this is rising right now, Bitcoin dumping. If this continues to rise, that is a very, very bad sign for Bitcoin going forward. We'll see if this continues to rise and actually breaks this purple trend line. So that is the DXY. We'll check that later on today too. Bitcoin market cap, we're kind of just going sideways now. It seems like we've hit some resistance at like 47% on the Bitcoin dominance. We'll see if we can eventually pass that. I think if we do pass that, 50% is going to be coming pretty quickly here. I still think this is going to continue to rise. As we know, when Bitcoin usually continues down or goes sideways, we usually see the Bitcoin dominance rise in those times. And when Bitcoin goes up, we usually see the Bitcoin dominance fall. So we'll see what happens with this, but I do expect sideways action for Bitcoin. You guys know my point of view in the long term. I'm expecting sideways for Bitcoin over the next couple weeks to possibly months. So I expected Bitcoin dominance to rise here. Total market cap, we're still trying to hold this support. If you wanted to use the wicks as support, we're getting a little dicey here on this. I've had to change the trend line a couple times to, try to hold us in here. But this is really the last trend line you can draw here, right? You break this trend line, that's going to be pretty negative. Probably look for a move down to 1.27 trillion. A majority of that would probably be altcoins. I don't think a majority of that would really be Bitcoin in this scenario. But if we do break this trend line, watch for alts to probably fall pretty hard there. Ethereum. Let me go to the log chart on ETH. Ethereum still trying to hold that support from yesterday, right? About 2175. Not really doing much as far as Ethereum's going today. Like I said, if we bounce off this level, look for a move up to 2300. That's where we're trying to get to right now, but we're kind of struggling right now as Ethereum price just kind of following Bitcoin. As we know, like that's what Ethereum does. That's what Cardano does. They're gonna follow BTC. So we're not gonna spend too much time on the alts because they're kind of just oscillating sideways. Let's go see if we have any big gainers and losers today that we can kind of look at. We have QNT continuing to perform decent, up 10%. Has pulled back slightly here over the next last hour or so. Shiba up 6% today. I don't know why Shiba's pumping. Whatever. ICP up 3%. So the two coins I usually crap on are actually two of the last three big gainers today. At least Theta Fuel's continuing up still. At least Matic is doing well. Yeah, Shiba up to number 32%. All right. Biggest losers today. What do we got for biggest losers? XFin, Near Protocol, AMP, Coin, Curve, Thorchain, Helium. I mean, everything's got to be kind of in this 1 to 5% loser range. So that's kind of the big losers today is XFin. Obviously, it's had a pretty good week considering, or a pretty good month considering. And that's why that one's probably the biggest loser there. But Near Protocol with a big freaking dip today, down 10%. Anyways, we'll switch on over to the Bitcoin. We'll go over some questions you guys have for me, and then we'll probably call it a stream. But we'll go over a bunch of questions you guys have. Once again, happy birthday, Ryan Anthony. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Neil. You're an absolute stud. Denver said hi from Cape Town, South Africa. What's going on, Denver? I thought you were going to say Cape Cod in Massachusetts. And I was going to be like, what's up, Massachusetts, homie? But from Cape Town, South Africa. That's very interesting. Very interesting. I do have to say. Ethereum will be around 5 to 7K if Bitcoin reaches 70K, which is a huge possibility. Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting Bitcoin to break all-time highs by the end of this year. Like I said, I don't expect it within the next month, maybe even the next 2 months. But I think, by August, we should start seeing Bitcoin really starting to pick up traction again and start pushing all-time highs. I'm not talking six figures. I'm talking 60, 65K. But hey, you guys know my bets, right? If Bitcoin doesn't break all-time highs by the end of this year, I got to get a Dogecoin tattoo on my thigh. I'm still pretty confident about my bet. I'm actually really confident about my bet. I think Bitcoin will break 65K by the end of this year. I mean, think about it. I got 7 months left to confirm that. So I got a lot of time. The chances it doesn't in 7 months are pretty slim. Especially with all these countries adopting Bitcoin or attempting adopting Bitcoin. We have one that's already confirmed. We have 2 that are going into legislation. And that's just in the last couple weeks. I'm expecting this to continue to ramp up. Now, I know they're small countries, but you got to start somewhere. Bitcoin started with no one using it. And then it started to be, these drug dealers and stuff using it. And then it started to be just underground people using it. And now it's all up to small countries. So eventually it's going to grow. You gotta stick those roots in the ground somewhere and kind of continue from there. Shiba Inu, Alex. All right. When you see Shiba Inu pumping, maybe it's time to sell some of your portfolio. Man. Ryan, have a good birthday, man. Hope you do have a good birthday, man. Excellent. Say Danish banks are also starting to adopt it. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know why people are so bearish. Like, yeah, the charts in the short term don't look that healthy, right? I mean, we can all see the charts. We're not dumb here, right? Most of us are dumb, but the charts don't look that healthy when you zoom in like this. The charts don't look great, right? Let's be honest with each other. But when you look at all the fundamentals going on around the world, the fundamentals just keep getting better and better and better. And all the FUD that we've heard over the last couple months, most of it has been denied, right? Tesla's saying they're going to resume Bitcoin payments after Bitcoin gets over 50%, renewable energy or whatever. So you can throw the Tesla crap out of the way. That was also tweeted by Elon. So Elon's still positive about Bitcoin's future. You can throw that out of the way. India banning Bitcoin, completely false. You can throw that out of the way. Now, China, the miners, yeah, that is bearish, but I think over the long term, that'll have a bullish impact because these miners will get out of China, right? They'll go over to countries that are pro-Bitcoin and have no restrictions. So I think over the long term, that's going to be bullish. Obviously, short term, that's probably going to be a little bearish, but the fundamentals, guys, couldn't be better right now, in my opinion. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it, man. Sat say, is it 24 hours live stream? Your day, night, you were online. I see you online now. No, I 4 days a week. I stream twice a day, right? Not every single day. I mean, when I don't have plans during the morning, I'll throw on a morning stream. But I'm live every day from 7 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. And then in the mornings, I'll go live a couple days a week. Astabit Sikali, it's a bearish engulfing candle forming in the 4-hour chart. Bearish engulfing channel. Candle, I should say. Trying to. Now, I don't take huge impacts of the bearish engulfings on the 4-hour. I like engulfing candles on the daily and the weekly. The 4-hour is not that indicative of things. I mean, you can see it plenty of times in the past. It's not that indicative. Like, just an example, you can see one right here. You actually had a bearish engulfing candle right here. Where the red one, closed lower than the previous green one, and then you ended up pumping right after. So I don't think the 4 hours is a little bit too small of a time frame to look at engulfing candles, in my opinion. Daily and up. Hey Jordan, love from India. When do you think approximately Bitcoin will go up? It's tough to say. Like I said, I'm expecting Bitcoin to go sideways for a couple weeks, at least a couple weeks. I'm expecting by the end of August for us to start picking up some positive momentum again. Now, it could be earlier, right? It could be a lot earlier than that. But I just don't see us staying at this pace for longer than, I could be wrong. But I don't see us staying at this pace for longer than like 3 months or so. But, at least for 1 to 3 months, we could be going sideways here. So just be prepared for that. Be prepared for boring. We've already had about a month of sideways, so we got a month down here, right? We got how many days here we've gone sideways. We'll count from this candle. We've been sideways here for 31 days, right? So you can check mark a month off. That's how fast time goes. I feel like this dump here was like 2 weeks ago, but it's already been a month. So time goes by fast, guys. Time goes by fast, especially in crypto. In crypto, time goes by in an instant. You guys remember when it was like January? It's already friggin' June, right? Time goes by so freaking fast. So, get me here for the ride, man. Burgermeister said, why do some coins on Coinbase show a giant dip in the charts? Just a glitch or something? Because it's like 100% dip and straight back up to normal. Yeah, those will just be glitches in the chart, man. I mean, if you look at Coinbase on, you'll see it in the charts, but like when you look at it in the charts on TradingView, you won't see those dips. So those are just glitches, man. Those are just glitches. If you're new, it probably scares you though. You see the charts and you see like a 100% freaking dip down. You're probably freaking out. We had Blue Collar said, how can you know if a small cap coin has potential to go over $100? So if know if your small cap has potential, I always look at the use case, right? That's the first thing I look at. I look at its market cap. What it could potentially get to its market cap is the price that I'm looking for realistic based on its market cap. And also, is the use case of the coin unique, right? Because a lot of these small cap coins, they come out with things that do the exact same thing as already a bigger competitor that's already in the market. So I look at this coin like, all right, this coin freaking builds house. Just an example. This coin builds houses, right? It helps people build houses, right? It's just a stupid example, but you get what I'm saying. Does any other coin do that? No. All right, so it has potential to be, has potential, right? That's what I look at. I mean, a bunch of people have different strategies when it comes to low caps. That's just what I look at, man. That's what I look at. We got James, Tom, Nathan, Mary, Kushal, Santu, Daniel. Just a couple of the new subscribers here. Thank you for joining the fam, and hope to see you as a long-term Giordano Inu. The Giordano Inus. I can't even say that name. That even saying that pisses me off. Milton said, people were hating on me when I said we're going sideways for a while. People are going to hate on your opinions, man. I mean, the Bears will hate the Bulls, right? The Bears will hate the Bulls. Hold on, I got to play my cojones.
My cojones are rock hard.
The Bears will hate the Bulls, right? The Bulls will hate the Bears. And both sides will hate people that say it's going to go sideways. Why? Because sideways is max pain, right? It doesn't help either side. No one wants sideways, right? No one wants sideways. The bulls want a quick, if a dip's going to happen, the bulls want a quick dip so they can buy it. If a pump's going to happen, the bears want a quick pump so they can short it, right? Going sideways doesn't help anyone. So, yeah, I mean, you saying going sideways is going to piss people off. You just got to take the punches, man, and don't let people get to you, man. I've been a victim in the past of letting people get to you. Don't let people get to you. It's who cares what people think, dude? Who cares what people think? Richard said, if you look at Bitcoin on the monthly, it looks as though it's been a bull market for 18 months. Could we see 8,000 Bitcoin in a giant market correction? I don't think so, man. We've, like I said, we've never broken back below. Let me get rid of this. We've never broken back below the basic, the previous all-time high, right? Whenever we've broken our previous all-time high, we've never broken back below it. Now, this chart doesn't show the full data, but that's why I think 20K is the lowest we go. That's why I think 20K is the lowest go. Now, it's certainly possible it could go lower than that if we see like some crazy, U.S. bans Bitcoin or, some other like flying bees are starting to infect people. It's like, if you start seeing some black swan event, that could obviously change anything. So I never want to say it's never possible we can go 20K. It's just in normal market scenarios, I don't see it going below 20K. But I can see your sentiment. You're saying if you start here, we've been in a bull market for 18 months. I can definitely see that sentiment, though this kind of put a wrench into it, right? This area right here kind of put a wrench into it. So I don't know if you can directly say that you've been in a bull market for 18 months, but I can see the sentiment here. I can see the sentiment. For sure, man. For sure. Low to high said, I'm not buying any alts right now. I tend to agree, except the low cap alts. I'm not buying any low cap alts, but I am, if we do drop a little bit lower, I am accumulating more Chainlink, Cardano, and Ethereum. Those are my three ones that I plan on buying right now. I'm happy with my Bitcoin position. I'm happy with my VeChain position. So those are three I'll be buying if we go lower. But so, Jay, are you thinking August, September breakout? Yeah, Shanlu, exactly. I'm expecting we go sideways until at least August, in my opinion. Now, you'll see volatility until then. You'll see volatility. So when I say sideways, I don't mean this, right? You'll see volatility. You'll see stuff that shakes both sides out, right? You'll see, for instance, you might see, a dump back down here to 28K, right? All the bulls think they're in position. We bounce again, right? Then you might see a pump up to 42.5, right? Shake out the bears, right? I just expect a lot of volatility and kind of stuff going everywhere and stuff like that. So it's not going to be direct sideways, but if you're going to look at the macro time frame, I'm expecting you to stay in between this red box and this green box for at least 2 months. At least 2 months going forward. But good question. Michael said, I'm not happy with my crypto amounts. Need a few million worth. Yeah, I mean, more is always better, but more is always better. I would say just don't over leverage yourself, right? That's where you get into the mindset of panic selling, was when you're over leveraged in crypto. See, me, I'm not over leveraged in crypto, right? I'm not over leveraged. As much as I love crypto, I know you probably shouldn't have 99% of your portfolio in crypto. I saw friggin' Carl the Moon. Hold on. I saw Carl the Moon. What did he tweet? Guys, don't be careful with some of this advice these people say. Hold on. Like this tweet right here. This is not good advice. He said, I have 99% of my net worth in crypto. It makes sense to me, and I feel very comfortable with it. Some called me crazy, though. This is not good. This is not really good advice here. Just be careful with. Don't put 99% of your portfolio or 99% of your net worth in crypto. He can do it maybe because he's a very wealthy person, and 1% of his portfolio, 1% of his net worth might actually be a good amount of money that he could set aside. But for the normal everyday person having 99% of their portfolio in crypto, it's probably going to not end very well for you. So Don't be over leveraged. Don't be over leveraged. What's your ETH buys at? My ETH buys are at, I have one at 1929, and I have one just in case we get a big dump. I think I have one right at this previous support here at about, where is it? Right there. I have one at 1929 and 15, about 1900 and 1500. Those are my two buy orders that I have set for ETH. If we do drop that low. Now, I don't think we dropped to 1500, but it's always just in case, right? It's always have orders just in case you drop that low. Barnett said, imagine a short squeeze on the dollar. All depth is a short on the dollar. Yeah. I mean, a short squeeze on the dollar would be insane. Would be absolutely insane. This is going to get dicey. I think this is lining up for like the weekend to kind of be slow here. And then going into next week, I think we'll be testing this trend line next week for the dollar. It could get pretty ugly here for crypto and stocks, right? It's not just crypto, and stocks could look pretty ugly if the next week the US dollar breaks that trend line. But if we get rejected off this trend line, that is going to be freaking great. That should be good, at least short term. That should be pretty great here for crypto and stocks. Bitcoin will go lower and dip hard. Hey, everyone's welcome to their opinion, Angel. I don't know what your opinion by dip hard is, but Carl also says Bitcoin will drop to negative 1,000. Did he really say that? I don't even know what that means. Joe Keogh said death cross on Bitcoin. Jordan, thoughts? I'm not a big fan of the death cross, man. I think it's absolutely useless. Just look at the last times you had death crosses, right? 50% pump, right? And then you pretty much went sideways. If the March dip never happened, you got to take this with a grain of salt. If this never happened, it just would have resulted in sideways. This one right here resulted in a bull market. This one right here is the only one that you can say is valid. It did lead to a bear market. But even this one, you had a giant pump right afterwards. This one right here led to a bull market and a giant pump right shortly afterwards. So only one out of the last four death crosses have actually had any meaning. And even that one had a giant pump shortly afterwards. So take the death cross with a grain of salt. You'll have every crypto YouTuber on YouTube talk about the death cross and how it's so important. It's all this. Just be careful. Do your research. Do your research when you're looking at these death crosses and crosses and stuff of that matter. Angel said, yeah, chart's easy read. Not sure. Death Cross is my favorite Slayer song. There you go, man. Yeah, it's just a lagging, like you said, Irmif, it's just a lagging indicator. It doesn't really mean any much for the future. It just shows you what's already happened. It doesn't show you it doesn't predict what's going to happen next. Pretty soon you will have to pay people to take your Bitcoin. Mark my words. I'll have to pay people to take my Bitcoin. Bro, people zoom in way too much, dude. What are you looking at Bitcoin like this? Is this what you're looking at Bitcoin like this? Oh, soon this is what people do. They look at the hourly chart and they look at this and they say, "Oh, soon people are gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay people to take your Bitcoin." Dude, zoom out. Look at the monthly. Look at the weekly. Zoom out a little bit. All right. I'm not gonna have to pay people to take my Bitcoin. Okay. I'm not gonna have to do it. And even if we dump down here, right? It's not the end of the world. It's just gonna accumulate more, and we're gonna bounce again, just like we have done every single damn freaking time, man. Zoom out a little bit, dude. Use the scroll button on your mouse. You know, they did invent it for a reason. You know what I mean? Kim said it will go down. Don't give false hope. Kim, We are long-term investors on this channel. I always state every single day I'm a long-term investor. The day-to-day price action does not mean anything, Kim. Okay? Zoom out, please. Please. You guys are going to kill me in the chat today. You get all the bears in here that are zoomed in like this. You guys got to give yourself forward head tilt syndrome. Like this on the 5-minute chart. Come on, man. Bradley said, I can't believe you took me seriously. Kevin said 10 years. Yeah, I mean, hold for 10 years. 10 years is a long time. It's really not, though. Like, people just have such a short-term outlook. That's what I don't understand in crypto. People will buy stocks knowing that it's a long-term hold. It's not really a short-term hold. If you want to make money in stocks, you probably got to hold a long time. But for some reason with crypto, people want to hold for a month and expect to get rich, right? People don't want to hold long-term when it comes to crypto. So people will learn someday. People will learn someday. I don't think people have really learned yet. People were saying the same thing in 2017 that they're saying right now. And, well, prices are 20x higher for Bitcoin and 50, 60x higher for altcoins than they were in 2017. So, you know, it is what it is. People, you'll go through each cycle. People will learn the hard way every single time. They'll have regret. They'll come into the chats and be negative Nancy's and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So it's all good, man. It's all good. But hey, bears can have their opinion, right? There's nothing wrong with thinking that Bitcoin's going to zero. It's just an opinion, right? I totally get it. You know, if Bitcoin's going to zero, I mean, it's going to be a pretty nasty fall. Imagine Bitcoin doing this. Imagine Bitcoin doing that. Damn. You bears would be rich. What's more realistic? Bitcoin going like this? All right. Let's look at the two scenarios. Like, people want to call YouTubers moon boys, right? What's more realistic? Bitcoin going like this? Something like that, or Bitcoin doing this. You tell me which one's more realistic. The people saying Bitcoin's going to zero, or Bitcoin doing that later on next year. What's more realistic? All right. So, all right. I went on my rant. I went on my rant there. So, bears have feelings too. Bears do have feelings too. Bears are nice, cuddly creatures, especially when you piss them off. If you piss off a bear, though, good luck. You're going to get eaten. You're going to get clawed, and you're going to get eaten. But if you're nice to them, they can be nice, cuddly creatures, you know. Crypto said, because everyone thinks they can do what a pro trader does and flip alts for 100% returns. It's about a 1 in 100% chance you even walk away with money. Yeah, Crypto Kid Wonder. I couldn't have said it better to myself, man. People want short-term gains by, you know, watching people that say, this is the next 1000x altcoin. And they don't want to hold, they don't want to put in the effort and the emotional, really the emotional, you know, strength to hold crypto for long term. People just want to jump in, invest, and then jump out and instantly be a millionaire. It's not really how it works. So when it doesn't happen that way, that's when you get people coming in the chat saying Bitcoin's going to zero, this and that, because they're salty that their month-long investment didn't turn them into a millionaire after a week, right? It's tough because you can't keep trying to explain to people, but everyone has their own investment strategy. Everyone wants to be a pro trader. You're right. You're right. Jordan's my coffee brother. Thank you, Brock. I appreciate you waking me up. The coffee's working pretty well today. Like I said, I did wake up early this morning. That's why I'm here early. I wasn't up late last night. If you guys were watching the stream last night, I was only out till maybe midnight. I wasn't out that late, but it was a good night. The Salty Bears. Chocolo. There you go, man. Thomas Yeager, do you have any tax advice? Thomas, I'm not a tax expert, man. So I'm not going to give you any tax advice. I don't want to give you the wrong information, dude. I know general stuff, but I'm not a tax expert. So just realize that any transaction that you do with crypto is going to be a taxable event. Whether you're doing it from stable coins, USD, from a coin to a coin, right? Anything is a taxable event. So just remember that. I don't think anything else that's more like unique to that, make sure you ask someone that knows a little bit more than I do. I am not a tax advisor. Steven said, Happy Father's Day in 9 months. Tomorrow's Father's Day. Tomorrow's Father's Day, man. Should be a good day today. Or tomorrow. Like I said, Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. What's your take on scalability, energy consuming problems with Bitcoin has? Energy consuming problems are complete FUD. I mean, complete FUD. I'm not going to bring up the articles right now, dude, but there's things out there that these people that complain about the Bitcoin energy consumption, there's things out there that these people use that use like 100x more energy than Bitcoin mining does. It's freaking ridiculous. It's complete FUD. It's complete FUD. It's just like all the stuff that we've seen over the last couple months. Eventually, it proves to be false, but it's not going to be proven false until we start going up again, right? Until then, they're going to use it as FUD. So don't get me started with the Bitcoin energy consumption BS. It's such BS. Your gains and losses are added up at the end of the year. Everything is not a taxable event. Hit it, Hero. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. When you sell a crypto, right? When you sell Bitcoin into USD, that gain or loss that you had is a taxable event, okay? When you sell crypto into a stable coin, that is a taxable event. When you sell Bitcoin into Ethereum, your gain or loss on that transaction is a taxable event. Now, yes, you add up everything at the end of the year, but don't try to act like you're smart in here. It's all a taxable event. It adds up at the end of the year. Correct. Don't be spreading misinformation about taxes, guys. All right? You spread misinformation about taxes, you could cause people a lot of trouble in the future, right? So just like I say, with anything with crypto, assume what you're doing is going to be a taxable event. Never assume it's not going to be a taxable event. That's where you could lead yourself into some issues. You could spend some money you don't actually have because you have to pay it back in taxes and things like that. I like how you have the same thumbnail pic. It's the same exact thing, man. Slickens McLiggins. I like how you have the same thumbnail pic. I'm not going to get started with you, man. I could go off on you, man, but I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not angry. I just don't want people spreading misinformation, man. I don't want people spreading misinformation because people will listen to these people in the chat about taxes and they'll end up screwing themselves because they listen to some Joe Schmo in the chat. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're not in profit, you owe no capital gains tax. Well, yeah, obviously. Taxes were invented by thieves. Yeah. Mike said losses are not taxable. When did I say... Oh, man. When did I say losses were not... When did I say losses were taxable? When did I say that? Dude. It's too much for me. Too much for me this morning, guys. They want to see other people's lose out because they made a dumb decision. I don't know what that means, dude. They're trying to get me fired up. Yeah, it's too early in the morning to get me fired up, guys. Come on now. Too early in the morning for that. Did you go enjoy your weekend? Yeah, I'm gonna go shortly. I'm just answering some questions for you guys. I like hanging out, you know. I like hanging out. Allie said, thank you, bro, for being positive. Happy weekend. Thank you, Allie. Enjoy your weekend. I will enjoy my weekend. It should be a good weekend. Obviously, it's Father's Day tomorrow. It's Saturday. Beautiful Saturday today. I'll probably hit up the beach for a little bit today and enjoy my day. Stuart said, can you show how to do a short? I've never done one. I just buy and hold. How do people make profit when prices fall? Yeah, I could explain how to do it on a future stream. I don't have my stuff up right now, but yeah, basically you're just it's the same thing as buying and hoping it goes up. I mean, you're just shorting and hoping it goes down. But I can show you how to do it in a future stream, man, for sure. Scott says, every time you sell Bitcoin into a stable coin, all those profits and losses are taxable event. Yes, losses are still taxable event. It could decrease your taxes, right? A taxable event just means it can decrease your taxes or you know, make your taxes go up. It's a taxable event doesn't mean you're gonna be paying taxes, right? Taxable event just means it goes into your profit or loss at the end of the year. That's all that means. You guys are taking it too literally here. Is leverage 100x safe? Dude, I always say, like, there's no problem with leverage trading. Just know when you go into it, you're most likely going to lose money, right? Most traders lose money. It's more so of it's a gamble, man. It's not unless you're some pro trader, you're not going to be consistently making money. And anyone that comes in the chat and says, I consistently make money, most of them are either lying to you, to try to improve their ego, or they've gotten lucky in a couple big trades that have improved their portfolio size over time, right? So most traders lose money. Always keep that in mind, especially when using leverage. Most traders lose money. They'll never tell you that. But it's very true. Porfirio, BitBoy said Polkadog. BitBoy said Polkadog is the only dog coin he will invest heavy on. Do you feel the same? I'm not going to invest in any dog coins, man. I'm not going to invest in any dog coins. Man. If you do not like taxes, move to a country with 0% taxes. I want to do that. I'm just not ready for that. In my point where I'm in life, I'm not ready to move to another country. I eventually want to move to another country, though. I do. But no, I'm not investing in any Doge, whether it's Doge, whether it's Super Doge. Now they got Super Doge, like Superman coming out of nowhere. And I'm not investing in Shiba, not investing in all these Doge. No Inus, not even Giordano Inu, which I am coming out with, guys. Giordano Inu is going to be dropping in about 3 days. Would you guys invest in Giordano Inu? I doubt it. I doubt you guys will be investing in Giordano Inu. All right, I'm probably going to call a stream soon here because Bitcoin's kind of not doing anything right now. And I kind of want to save the rest of my content here for tonight's stream because, you know, hey, when you stream every day, twice a day, right, there's only so much content you come out with. So I'm probably going to save the rest of the content for later today. But I'm going to go enjoy my day, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this morning. As always, you guys are absolutely awesome. Make sure. I know I was getting a little frustrated with the taxes stuff today, guys. Just make sure you're listening to it as far as crypto taxes. You're listening to the right people. Just always assume that whatever you're doing is going to be a taxable event, whether it's a gain or a loss. Never assume that you're doing a transaction is just going to go unnoticed, right? That's all I was saying with the taxes. So I will catch you guys later between 7 and 10. Go enjoy your Saturday. Don't stare at the charts too much during the day today. I mean, Bitcoin's probably going to oscillate sideways between this general area today. But go follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. Go follow me on Insta. Go check out the Patreon if you guys want a longer term content from me. I just uploaded the crypto newsletter on Thursday, weekly crypto newsletter. So go check that out in the description below. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, guys. Peace.